Cheating and throwing in games is not unheard of. This is something that we actually see quite a bit. It's more common than you would actually think or would hope. It happens quite a lot in the FPS world, Counter-Strike, Valorant, the Call of Duties, a lot of esports actually. But this weekend, a community was outraged, a community that I didn't think it was possible to cheat in or to throw in. This weekend, the community was outraged by a clan called the YMC, Young Money Clan, who deliberately threw a game during their RLCS qualifier slash tournament. And that had a lot of people talking. And it came across my radar. Now, if you're someone like me who has no idea what happens in Rocket League, how the game works, or what the tournaments are like, but you have friends, you have homies, you have people who are invested in the game, people who have made lives for themselves in this game. And this came across, and I just had to talk about it after a little bit of investigation. To make a super long story short, essentially what needs to happen here is YMC, or Young Money Clan, had to win a certain way in order for them to make it to the Copenhagen Major, which is coming up. And this is a big deal. This is a big deal for the people. Like, this is their major. Like, you want to be there. This is the event that you want to attend. Like, you have to be there. And if you don't make it, then, it's pretty much all that work done for nothing. The community quickly started filling with tweets, posts, and everything about YMC potentially throwing their game. Potentially throwing their games, actually multiple games, not just one, but actually two games. And it all started crumbling together. And the teams, the players, the community started asking for action, asking the people to do something. While the community was spreading information and, calling for action to be taken, Twitter was quickly filled. Twitter was quickly filled by a lot of clips, a lot of allegations, a lot of things. And even for someone who doesn't follow Rocket League, I saw this clip, and even for me, I mean, you can see for yourself. Like, well, let's just give this a quick little look. So this was actually the game that was being played, and this is where the initial call out started happening, where they were saying they were throwing. Now, to me, I kind of get the idea of Rocket League. It's basically car soccer. That's the best way I can explain it. But looking at this, even I can see this as a throw. If you're a team that's supposed to be playing so well, or a team that's known to be playing very well, and I mean, this homie is pretty much just playing a GTA Online lobby. He's just driving around. He's whiffing. He's whiffing shots that these players aren't whiffing. Now, obviously, I can't speak for them, and I can't really elaborate on what exactly they were doing here, but this is pretty much where the outright started. Upon watching this a few times, I myself tried to figure out exactly what would be the main cause here. Why would they want to do this? Why would they want to do this? Why would they want to throw this? And I found a little bit more information. I found a lot more information actually happening regarding this whole debacle. So from what I can understand, Team YMC actually flew from EU to Reunion in order for them to play on lower ping. Now you'd ask yourself, why would they want to play on lower ping if they've done so well on their pings? Well, it's actually a little bit more deeper than that. Now, in order to make a super long story short, essentially what needed to happen is YMC needed to make sure that they snipe their way into beating Limitless in the semifinals by scoring more points than them. Now, the way the Swiss format works and the Swiss system works, that wasn't possible the way the seeding was going unless they threw two games, and they did exactly that. Now, you might be asking yourself, why did the community get really upset about this? Why the community? Well, first off, they threw, which, I mean, you just don't do that. You play your game, let's keep things civil here. But also, they robbed the Rocket League community of arguably one of the best finals that they could have ever seen, locally at least. It could have been a great final to happen, to see who can get that final major spot, who's going to make it to the major. And that's when the community got really upset. That's when the outcry started happening and people started calling for the admins to work. The community spotted what was going on, and immediately, like I said, clips started surfacing, Twitter started exploding. But all while this was happening, the admins were already knowing what was happening. The admins were already aware on their side and investigating and trying to see exactly what was going on. Is everything actually happening as the community is saying? Like, is this a throw? Obviously, as an admin, you need to make sure that you can't pick just sides. You have to look at both sides of every story. And the admins did their part. They took all the evidence. They took everything after investigating thoroughly. From what I can assume, you'd hope that the admins do that. And they submitted everything towards Epic. Epic, obviously, is the ones that finalized the rulebook. They created the rulebook. They are the ones that make the decision. And, it pretty much had to roll from there. And obviously, as I said, while all this was happening, the communities were outraged. The communities were outraged, and people were starting to make tweets. And Mr. Greybeard over here, I am actually lucky enough to know this man. He is a big person in the community of Rocket League. He made a tweet just saying, not enough just to punch down in a developed region. I'm massively disappointed. The stink will follow them. And did this thing follow them? Oh my God. Epic clapping back and posting. After a thorough investigation of game delays, match footage, and analysis among the other connection points of evidence, we have determined that SSA RLCS players Rihu, Little Motion, and Nugget of Team Young Money Clan deliberately compromising competitive integrity in order to lose round and 3 and 4 of their Team Swiss stage against Team NXT and Bonjour. This is a direct violation of the Rocket League Championship Shares Player Code of Conduct and official rules. These actions will result in a forfeit of their prize money. I bet those plane tickets are expensive now. For the open qualifier, an immediate ban from all official Rocket League competitions until March the 1st, 2025. You know what they say? Albozo. Hard ban for them. And news quickly spread. Everyone was tweeting about it. Rocket League news. They've been dealt a 1-year ban from all RLCS events, and that's amazing. I'm super happy that happened. And you know, more people's tweets started surfacing. Would you look at that? It's almost like it was planned or something. Young Money Clan wanted to face Limitless, and all the dots starting to connect for the community, and people were outraged. People were really upset. People were not happy with how this is happening. The fact that it happened in, you know, it's like the little comfy corner on the internet. You know, this is Rocket League. This isn't toxic Counter-Strike or Dota or Valorant or anything. This is Rocket League, man. This is people that they have such a big passion for this game, and they question these players. They question these players like, why? Why did you throw? But then Young Money clapped back. They clapped back. They blamed their bad play against these, I hate to say it, lower tier teams on the fact that they were using laptops. I hate to break it to you, but if you're playing on a laptop, yes, it could definitely, you know, make you feel like you're not playing as well. But you're definitely not gonna like be riding in circles and just giving free goals away. And I think that is where the whole outrage just it made the outrage a lot more. It made it a lot worse. Where people were kind of like scoffing, like, why do you think we're stupid? Like, is that what the community pretty much asked? And then the community definitely is not stupid. Obviously, all while before all this was dealt out, before the official response came out, because the admins obviously had to do their jobs, get all the evidence submitted to Epic, and Epic had to make the decision. Epic had to go through all the rule books. And while all this was happening, people were like, there's no way that YMC doesn't get banned after failing to hide their throwing intentions in the game to snipe LMT in the quarters. One moment they try hard, another they off ball camming for a mini long, trolling literally the biggest scums on earth. People were not happy. And again, when the news broke, everyone was cheering. Young Money Clan players been banned from RLCS for a year, forfeiting their prize money and RLCS points for the rest of the season. And if you want, you can pause and you can read the full statement here, even though I make it impossible to read the way that my camera is facing right now. But the tweet will be in the link below. And you can find this pretty much everywhere on Twitter, X, if you like. And why am I talking about this? I'm not a Rocket League person. I'll never be a Rocket League person. I have a lot of friends in Rocket League, and it was brought to my attention, and I thought it was an important thing to bring to light. You know, let more people know about this. And the thing for me that sucks the most is the fact that these players went to a different region. I hate to say it, an easier region, you know, to press through and make sure that they snipe the one team that also really has a big deserving spot at that major, just to make sure that they beat them and make it to the Copenhagen major. Essentially, win at all costs, right? Win at all costs, but also lose at all costs. And they definitely lost here. They lost hard, forfeiting all the prize money, being disqualified for a year. And that's where it stuck with me when I read that part. They only got banned for a year. Now, a year is not a long time. A lot can happen in a year, but it's not a long time. These players can practically practice for another year and get better at what they're doing for a year, and just come back and steal everything again. My point being, say, do you think bans should be longer? Do you think the ban should be a little bit? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know, because I found this tweet. Seeing a lot of the pros say, well, if you can make it to the major while match fixing, I do it. It's so wild. Literally no shame or integrity whatsoever. Just shows why the age should be raised to 18 instead of lowered to 13. Now, I can't really comment for the last part, but I'm pretty sure this is things that pros say. They'll win at all costs. But throwing the game or violating the rules, I don't know. I don't know if that's the path to really take. I don't know if that's the one you should go. All I know is that this is a big win for the Rocket League community. They are happy with Epic's decision, but I don't think a lot of people are happy with the 1-year ban. I personally think it should be longer. 5 years. Permanent. Fuck it. Why not? Make it permanent. Okay, no, permanent's probably a bit harsh, but still, they messed up, and they should know they should know that they messed up. 1 year ban, 1 year of just grinding the game, getting better, and then you come back. It's I feel like it's more a slap on the hand than it should be a much bigger hiding being dealt to them. Now that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to talk about. That's what I wanted to delve into some other esports, some other thing. And Rocket League came up. Never in my life that I think I talk about Rocket League. Never in my life that I think you can throw in a Rocket League game. Like, it's literally car soccer. Like, come on. But players are good. Players are good. Anyway, let me know down below what you think. Did you hear about this? Did you see this? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you see. Let me know what you think. Also, subscribe. That'll help a lot. Subscribing helps a lot. Also, you should come to my Twitch channel. We talk about all these things a lot there. Throwing in Rocket League. Who would have thought?